Welcome back, class. We have entered a golden age, which shows that the people of Greece are just thrilled to be living under the rule of Alexander, who is now about 213 years old. Fortunately, Alexander is essentially a very long-lived individual. Perhaps he could be called a demigod, or a favored son of the universe, even. And it's just that's how life has turned out for Alexander. He's just got everything he could ever ask for, and it's just great. It's the best way to live, the best way to exist, and as Alexander grows even more through the centuries, he's declared Florence must die. Florence is just sucks. I hate Florence. They don't like Cape Town. We're just super happy with Cape Town, so gotta get rid of him. Goodbye, Florence. Now, our chariot archers are going to bombard the city. And Cape Town, of course, is joined in. And it's time for our soldiers to move in. Now, this is a costly battle. The initial stages of the invasion of Florence were ugly. There's no way to say it otherwise. They were a deadly battle. But what could be said about it, other than it was as it had to be? War never changes, and all that could be done was to try and destroy them as swiftly as possible. Now, the advisors would like us to build on the hill here, and that's actually a great idea. It's a more defensible location. So our new city is going to come into existence as Florence is coming to an end. And there's a certain poetry to that which would please Homer, who of course was a poet. Florence is bombarding our companion cavalry, and the catapult as well. Now, the catapult was something that had not been counted on by Alexander, as he did not have knowledge of that himself. We're going to bombard the city of Florence again. And wait while we wonder why our allies are not joining us. We're going to move out of the way here, like so. So our companion cavalry are too precious to simply allow to die. Now Corinth is finally open, and the first Corinthian is sitting here. It seems that Fraps was not recording as we began our war against Florence, and as we founded Corinth, and had a little talk about the first Corinthian, and decided that all the things in the city had to be done decently and in order. And in order to do that, we first had to create defenses for the city. In this case, it would be a hoplite, to a much greater extent than all the others, but really he's just one man who has the grace of Alexander with him in these trying times, working alone, helping to train a single hoplite. We're going to continue on. Well, it's unfortunate that we were unable to capture that part of history. Now, we've been waiting for Cape Town to make an attack against Florence, and it seems that they've finally done so. And they've brought their catapult out, which our companion cavalry is going to destroy. These war machines stand no chance against Alexander's legion. As you can see, all he had to do was poke that catapult, and it exploded. That is the power of cavalry in the hands of Alexander. We're going to see how this shakes out. Now we need them to get over here. Good. With the hoplites and the companion cavalry at their doors, Florence surely cannot hope to stand. But you never know, they may be fools. Now we need to teach them how to fight on flat land up here. We're going to have them heal up until they're once again ready to take on Florence. Now, it seems Cape Town has retreated once more. Rather than battling with Florence, they've decided to simply not do that, which is consistent with history. Cape Town has been a little wishy-washy, I'm not going to lie. So we've got a hoplite completed in Sparta, which is wonderful. Our army grows by the day.
The ancient oracle said that
And
I
there we
was
go.
the wisest of all the Greeks. It is because I alone of all the Greeks know that I know nothing.
I alone of all the Greeks know that I know nothing. Thank you, Spock. It's so good that we were able to get Spock in as a guest lecturer. It's such a long trip from Vulcan, but he's made the effort. He's come in. He's decided to give us little quotes every time something happens, and it's just, we really can't thank him enough. Now, Aristotle's contention that he was wise because he knew that he knew nothing is a famous one which demonstrates the core ideas of his philosophy, those being the idea that one can never simply say that they know things. One can never simply say that I'm wise because I have knowledge. One can only be wise. We've got a great general here. We're going to move him out towards Florence for now. One can only truly become wise by acknowledging that they don't know anything. For all the knowledge that they've gained in the world is nothing in the face of the greater mysteries of the universe. And, you know, that's something that we should all really consider more as we are moving through our lives. No matter how much you learn from books, it's never as much as you're going to learn simply through living and simply through accepting that there are things you can't understand as you are. And some of you may find that to be a depressing thought, but for others of you it may be liberating. Now, patronage, which allow us to enhance the benefits of city-state friendship. That's exactly what we want right now. Now, our people aren't happy, but there isn't very much we can do about that at the moment until we get more resources coming in, until we find something. For example, a circus, which could help them find happiness within themselves. But for the rest of us, we need to be figuring out how we can be happy, how we can create a sense of further, greater purpose in our people. Almaty has declared war on Florence. Excellent. We are now allied with Almaty. Florence is not long for this world. And we have discovered currency. Everything is looking up. Our people are happy. We're still in the midst of a golden age. And now we know about money. Really, what more could we ask for? Now these hoplites will attack Florence, as they're brave ones. Our archers, likewise, will throw their fire towards it. Move up to a more tenable position. Our companion cavalry need to find health before they can aid in the battle. And we have a message. Yes, this is Almaty telling us that they are happy about the great Greek general Hernando Cortes, who, as we know, was born in Athens at the turning of the century. We are now in the Anno Domini era, or as it's called now, the Common Era. Now this general, we're simply going to have him wait until he is needed. And we're going to decide what to research next. And what we're going to research next is optics, because we need a way to get more quickly from our cities across these gaps. And that means we need naval power. We're going to be moving our hoplites up here and moving into the next turn. Now the Battle of Florence, as I mentioned, was a costly one. It was a war like any other, a siege like any other, a depressing, disgusting time in our history. He is going to make his way up towards there, and Corinth has completed their hoplite. Excellent news. They are going to move out here. The hoplites have achieved enough power to increase their strength once more, which is great for them, and we're going to have them use that advantage. Now our archer cavalry will open up on Florence, apparently to no effect whatsoever. Our companion cavalry will be attacking Florence, and our hoplites will be making their way, hopefully, out of range. Because not too far from this time, we're going to find ourselves unable to travel freely through their borders. There we go. Archers are attacking. Still with very little success. Companion cavalry, not very well suited to attacking cities, clearly. I'm going to have them move back out of range. The hoplites as well. Now this leaves, of course, just the archers to suffer the wrath of Florence, but hopefully this will open the way for Cape Town to move in again in the next turn, though we will not keep our fingers crossed. As we've said, Cape Town is a shifty city-state and not a terribly warlike one. They are more interested in the burgeoning sport of football, which is of course a game played not with your feet, but rather with your hands, and does not employ a ball, but rather an oblong construction made from the skin of a pig. Why this is called football is a mystery for the ages, one which, in fact, right here in Athens, Aristotle, who is the student of Plato, is trying to decipher right now. Why, he is writing in his treatise entitled On the Nature of Football and the Mysteries Thereof, why is a game which does not involve feet except for the act of running, and does not involve a ball, but rather an oval, or an eye-shaped device, why is such a thing called football? Now this is a great existential dilemma which Aristotle will struggle with for the rest of his unnaturally lengthened life, because he, much like Alexander, has an inhuman lifespan, and is perhaps blessed by the gods, or simply by the expedient of the fact that time, back in history before the 20th century, moved at an astonishing rate, so much so that what seemed like mere hours to us today would be centuries to the people of the past. The way that time passed was simply an entirely different process. As we can see, we are moving from 100 AD. Oh. Oh. Well, that is unfortunate. Companion cavalry out of harm's way to allow them to heal, and let the people of Cape Town perhaps make a contribution to this war.